You ready to be offended? Let's go. I want to talk about some anger. I want to talk about something that plagued my youth. Something that I grew up on just like you would grow up on oxygen and candy bars. I don't think that I started life angry. I think I absorbed it from the angry people around me, and I took it to the extreme. I took it to the point that I got off on casting fear in people, and I was damn good at it. But it's not something to be proud of, and I'll tell you why. Because it's one of those things where when you're pointing the finger at someone else, you've got all these other fingers pointing back at you. And you're casting out fear, casting out anger. That's all you got coming back at you. It has to come from within inside of you for you to project it out into the world, and you just end up destroying yourself. Anger is a thing that you've got to treat as though it is a cancer. Because it is. You know, you may find yourself so frustrated with the people around you, people not wanting to have the same political views as you, the same anything as you. And it's frustrating. But let me tell you, the more that you argue, the more that you try to make your point known through fuming, through screaming, through being physical, what are you really accomplishing? You're just hurting yourself. Oh, it's worth it. I'm gonna show them. You're gonna hurt yourself. I don't care how big and bad you are. You're gonna hurt yourself. And I don't just mean physically, I do mean mentally. That's the bigger one. You can pull a muscle, you can break a bone. That's small in comparison to the fact that you're allowing a mentality to live and to thrive within you that says that it is okay for me to snap because I feel justified to do so. See, the problem is that you can never have the fantasy life that you want to have of happiness, of elation, whatever good times. You cannot have it with the mindset that you have right now. And I guarantee you, anger is usually one of the first building blocks to a failed character. Now, I'm not saying just chill like a hippie. It's not what I'm saying. The point that I've reached in my evolution, I do believe that it is okay to be frustrated with things. I mean, there's plenty that I'm not okay with in this world. Plenty. But trying to address it with violence and with screaming, you just go in circles. Sometimes those circles take weeks and months, but you're just going in circles. And of course, sometimes they take years. And that's years off your life. And then you look back and you say, what did I accomplish? I proved my point. No. Because you see, whenever you argue with someone, I mean, what's the idea? The idea is to either show them up or to convince them to join your side of the argument. That's never going to happen. But there's a saying in the financial world of jumping over the dollars to get the pennies. Is that what you want? Do you want to have all your focus on grabbing a handful of pennies? Or do you want to make the hundreds, the dollar bills? And I mean that with your life. If you want the true potency of life, you cannot get caught up in this person and that person's opinion. There will always be a never-ending supply of people coming at you. It's guaranteed to never end. You can never talk to all 7+ billion people on this planet that disagree with you. Many of them can't get over their own emotions and will hate you. You're never going to be able to reason out with every single one of them, even if you converted one of them every single hour. Is that what you're going to spend your life doing? I think it's a flawed concept. I think that you have to live for yourself. And I'm not saying be selfish, but being selfish is one of the first things that you must do. You must first develop yourself. Your own physical and emotional, in this case, stability. You know where anger got me? I was that guy when I was younger that loved women, loved girls more than I liked sports, more than I liked cars. And I don't mean doing them. I mean, I liked their energy. And I fucked up so many times because I was so filled with anger and it confused me. I did not know how to deal with anything. Because when you approach, on a social level, when you approach things from an angry point of view, you automatically turn people off from anything that you could have to say to them, to commune with them. Oh, well, it's easy to say we're in a dog-eat-dog world, it's everybody for himself. Well, let me tell you something. As long as you see everyone as an enemy, you create that reality for yourself because it's something that you've constructed in your head. And therefore it is your reality. The best way that I've found to live is to ignore all that to the best that I can. You're not always going to be able to ignore everything, but to the best of your ability, you must ignore negativity. You must hold on to that light, that purity with everything you have. You cannot let the culture of this angry world overcome you. You know, one of the finest examples I can think of in pop culture is that boys are taught to act like gangsters and thugs because it's a survival mechanism to do so. It's a tough ego to shake. It's a tough ego to exit. It does get you through survival, it can. I've been there. But when everyone is afraid of you, when you don't allow yourself to be loved by putting out love, I'm not talking some hippie love, I'm talking just effortless. Just let it be. You start putting out that kind of love, there's going to be a small percentage of people who reflect it back to you, and it makes your life better. It makes your life so much more amazing. It shows you some light in this dark world. Some warmth. A lot of people in this day and age are caught up in relationship drama out of anger and out of spite. I'm going to tell you, all that cheating and name calling and spousal abuse, you're just committing slow suicide. That's all you're doing. You're just dragging out your own suicide.